Green light, they're away.
And they're all in their positions, ready to go. There's the light up.
In true Mildura style.
The green light's on. It was a beautiful start.
He's trying to get across.
Hello, welcome to Burning Questions. Today is September 19. We're going to have a good look at the racing at Melton on Saturday night. 9 races in all. The first to go at 6:04 p.m. 3 special guests join us. Let's start with the man that has, he's been all over the Warrnambool Standard, all the local media down in the southwest after yet another premiership. Jason Lee, well done, son. I think that's number 6 for you, is it, for Narrandera and yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Top. Yeah, no, I had a good weekend, so celebrated with all the clubs, so that was great.
What's harder, winning the flag or getting through the 3-day bender that follows?
Oh, they're very, very hard to win, but I think the bender might even be harder.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Well done to you. Darren Carroll joins us. He spends his life in 2 different parts of the world. He's a city slicker, but really he's a country boy at heart. Up at Manangatang this time as you join us, Daz?
Yep. Back in the Mallee at the moment, in God's country.
And you got a spot for me there in a couple of weeks. We'll be heading up for the Cup.
Yes, we've ordered an extra supply, so when you turn up for the Manangatang races, look out.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. And Aaron Dunn joins us in what looks like a wonderful day up there in the Wimmera at Horsham. He's got the pool to his background. He's shown us the pizza oven. Life's good for Aaron Dunn. How you going, Dunny?
Yeah, good, thanks. She's a nice day up here.
It's looking good. And I wasn't going to get Jason Lee on the show, but he said, given Aaron Dunn's jumping on, you'll make an exception. So great to have you boys joining us. Let's get stuck right into it. APG's yearling sale dates for 2026 are locked in. Back in 5 states this year, coinciding with some of the biggest events in the harness racing calendar, with their Melbourne sale on Hunter Cup weekend and their Sydney sale on Miracle Mile weekend. The APG sales are the place to be in 2026. Head to apgold.com.au for all the details. The first question, it's great to see the return of Nicky Lou. So do punters simply get in the queue? We're talking about race 3 on Saturday night, the Navalier Stud Pace. And Aaron Dunn has 2 runners, and the one we're actually focusing on is the 3, Sweet Nicky Lou. Dunny, I'll start straight here with you. Sweet Nicky Lou, she's a wonderful mare. She's competed in all the big races. She's first up from a break. You're not driving her, though, and I think that's got something to do maybe with the ownership setup of the 2 horses, including the one, Little Louie?
It's a bit of a frustrating setup. Just give a few shares to a few people and you can't drive the one you prefer to, and sometimes I think it'd be good if they change that when you train them, and probably pretty much bred her as well. And anyway, that's the way it is. So yeah, just finding sort of suitable races is hard. Put her in the mares race, and that didn't stand up. So it just mean I have to jump off for one. But Jackie's had a drive on her before, and she went well.
How did she trial, Dunny?
Yeah, she had a trial. We haven't been able to see the vision. It's a bit of a terrain set up there at stall, isn't it? We can't see the vision.
She trialled good. The track was really heavy, and she probably just found it a bit funny around the turns. Like it was, the track, after the trials was probably fine, but yeah, she was very loose and needed a bit of water. But yeah, she trialled along fine. She's never been the best at going to the trials and setting the world on fire. And even, some of her first starts back, she probably, she was in her early days very lackluster. But, like now she sort of probably knows when it's race day and she really puts in.
Danny, one more. How do you see the speed map here? There's a bit going on. There's some horses with speed, quite a few of them, Raging Whitebait, look like Diamonds, Louis Luai. Sir Jimmy's probably going to be up on pace. So where do you think Sweet Nicky Lou lands, and where do you think you land with Little Louis?
Look, yeah, I'd like to probably think I can, get away reasonable enough to hold a position, maybe the number 2 would probably want to try and pressurise me, thinking that maybe mine would go to the front of her. But yeah, hopefully she'd be able to get to the fence. And a horse like Dave Miles is going really good at this stage. Whether she pressed on, would wait and see and just play it by ear, really.
Who's the best of the winning chances of your 2 horses? I think I know the answer, but I want to hear it from the man himself. Little Louis or Sweet Nicky Lou?
Oh, definitely Sweet Nicky Lou. Like Little Lou in his day, he's good, and I think his trial the other day was good for him. He led. He's probably not a big leader at the best of times, but he was really flying when he won that race where he sprinted up the inside and got a bit of a cold and put him out. He just took a bit to come back and then sort of give him another little breather, and then we're sort of coming back again. So he seems good. But, yeah, look, he's probably a bit above his class, but with the right run, he'd be right in the finish.
You prefer to drive Sweet Nicky Lou, though, if all things were equal and you could pick your horse?
Yeah, well, she's probably the best horse in a way that I've got to a degree, I'd say. If people have asked what's my best horse, I'd nearly say her. But, having a few nice ones. But, I'd definitely pick her.
Yep. Jason Lee drives Code Bailey inside back row for the team. First up from a break, Jace. He's had a couple of trials. I think Zahara might have got him in the sprint home a couple of weeks back. He looks to have come back in reasonable order, but is it a bit of a case of you just want to, drive him quiet and see him hit the line first up?
Yeah, obviously he's getting on now, and he was a great horse in his prime, and, he can still run, but obviously everything in that race is, having a good look at it there now. They're all pretty capable horses, and you don't get that grade without being so. And perfect draw for him. He can just follow through and sort of when you have a look at the front line, there's some pretty good form lines coming out of it. So obviously Dunny's mare's a really nice mare, and there's probably 3 or 4 others there that's hard to split. And even Ultimate Vinny, like he's performed at the top level for a long time. So pretty good bunch, but he's going well. He's ready to race. Probably Lockie was keen to give him one more go, and he's off to the footy. Otherwise he'd be driving him. But we'll see how he goes.
Winning chance, Jace, or place best for Code Bailey?
No, I think he'd be best a place. If he ran a place, we'd be really happy.
Okay. Daz, how do you see this race? We've spoken on radio a short time ago. We think it's a great race and plenty of winning chances. We've probably got 2 of the top 5 tickets in the Sweet Nicky Lou fan club, but I was going to go each way Ultimate Vinny, just not sure of the map up front, and I just thought Ultimate Vinny was super first up. He hit the line in a slick last half, and he's around $7 or $8, Vinny, so I was going to play each way him, but I think Sweet Nicky Lou's going to be awfully hard to beat.
Yeah, well, Vinny's the class horse. He's the rating's 110, so he gets the race pretty well. We haven't even mentioned a horse like Louis Luai, who's just been in unbelievable form. Can't believe it hasn't won a race. Like, you go through his form in the last couple of months, and he's just been hitting the line so well every week, and either doing it tough or taking a sit. So he's the opportunist in the race, rock hard fit. That's the thing. I suppose the only negative about Sweet Nicky Lou is the racing against horses with rock hard fitness. But no, I think she's a really, really talented horse. But it's going to be hard.
$100 if I gave you, who would you have it on?
I'll wait for another race.
Okay, keep it in the pocket. That's not like you, but anyway, maybe a smart play. Pride's Easy Feed stand as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Pride's and start getting the result you've been chasing. Viney is rarely an easy drive, but can class get him home in race number 5. First leg of the main quaddie, talking about horse 8, Viney, Emma Stewart, Mark Pitt. And we've got we'll get some good insight from Aaron Dunn and Jason Lee, who drive some of the rivals. We'll start with you here, Jace. Joe Leader for David Phillips draws the pole, gets a nice draw. We're talking on radio before, and I'm not knocking the horse, but I cannot believe Joe Leader's a $6 chance in this race on the back of some of the form we've seen last at Globe Derby last time out. Joe Leader at $6, is that a bit skinny in a strong race like this?
Won't be if it wins, but probably asking a bit much, I would have thought. But the boys wouldn't be bringing it if they weren't confident it'd run a good race. To be honest, though, I'm sort of trying to do the form here on the run. It does look there's a pretty couple of nice horses in this that, she's had a chance over the time, even though she's ran some great races, to win a Metro Maiden, and she hasn't been able to sort of as of yet. And, this is probably, above slightly a Metro Maiden class race. And, obviously Viney was super last start, bad draw. Steve O'Donoghue's horse, he's a pretty nice horse when it's on. So, not a bad bunch. Plains in Heaven's been racing well. So, Obviously, Dunny's team's airborne, so he'll be on a mission. Yeah, hopefully more hopeful than probably confident.
Yeah, because you used to have Joleta, didn't you, Jace, in your stable at one point in time?
Yeah, yep, she was a lovely mare, and look, she's definitely good enough to win metro races, but she just hasn't quite been able to crack on yet. And she went up to Sydney and ran some great races, and then she's back with the Phillipses now. Obviously, the first 2 runs back, she probably doesn't have a lot of luck, but this is a step up again.
Yeah. Well, the Rockstars put the pressure on you, Dunny. He reckons you're going to get this horse home here. Komodo, the Dragon. He draws. He's the widest runner on the back row, barrier 9, so it's not a bad barrier for him. How's he going? Is he tapered off a little bit from what maybe we saw 6 months ago? I'm not sure, but can you win this race 5 on Saturday night?
No, actually, he's come back better now. It's probably more than 6 months to go, but sort of had a bit of trouble. He's had a lot of trouble with quarter cracks most of his career, and probably after his quarter crack split open and he had blood out of it in the SA Derby heats, and that sort of, since he come back, he just like he wasn't interested. So we've sort of done a bit of work with him, and I think he's got his confidence back now, and he's going as good as he was. Just you're up those classes now, and he's sort of probably more a sit sprinter sort of type of horse, and that's what I've been driving him just with the last few starts, just to get his confidence up. So in that race over the short, it's going to be difficult, especially when you've got horses like Viney that are probably able to do it a bit harder probably, and probably the pick of the race is probably Curio Gentleman, I believe.
Yep.
I think he's my good mate Rod Carberry hasn't been the best of late, so his owner's been bringing him out here and working him, and he's probably been working as good as anything.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. We'll go to you here, Daz. I'll show my hand. I've made it pretty public, but I thought there was a great roughie in this race. Horse number 5, Earl of Pembroke. Held up all the way to the line at Mildura last time out after doing a bit of work early. Won the start prior, and I think the 3 runs before that were in the fast class races. Chasing out Catch a Wave, He's from Heaven, and even Storms Collide there as well. And I can't believe they went up $41. In a race where, look, there's plenty of chances, but I'm convinced he's better than most of them as a horse. I think he's a better horse than quite a few of them, and he won't start 41. I think he's into 29 now, Daz. So
But after you take care of him, Doc.
My bet didn't move the radar at all, sadly. But how do you see it? It's a tricky little race with Viney, a class runner, but drawn a little sticky, and he's a horse that can do things wrong, Daz.
Yeah, I thought that Curio Gentleman would probably find the front. I thought Jolita would be sitting on its back and get its chance from there. But Curio Gentleman was really good 2 starts ago. So last start when it over a bit more distance, and Viney just got it late, really. But look, the winner on the corner, I'm just banking on the fact that this is a drop to 17.20. Feel it'll get a reasonable easy lead, and from there gets its chance. Dunny's giving me a bit more extra confidence as well, saying that it's been working well at home. Tricky draw for Viney. We know he's got a few of his own little tricks, so he's going to have to come back and wide and make a run. I'm not saying he can't do it, but over 17.20 it's a lot harder than what it is over 22.40.
Yeah, that's a good race. First leg of the main quaddie. That is at 10 minutes past 8 on Saturday night. Logical Staffing Solutions provide labour hire and recruitment services to the transport, warehousing, automotive and manufacturing industries. The logical solution for your staffing needs. Rough Nut's been collecting plenty of money, so can he win again for Dunny? Race 6 is a Highland Racing Colours Pace. Rough Nut, barrier 4, Aaron Dunn, trainer driver. Look, Jace, I know you're not involved in this race, but and I'm sort of putting you on the spot a little bit, but did you have any thoughts? I mean, Rough Nut's going really well, but a horse you'll know plenty about, he's a punk rocker who I just cannot get that Group 1 win out of my head when he beat your really handy one in Kiang Tokyo. If he's on song, he'll be really hard to beat too.
Yeah, definitely. Just sort of as I had a quick look, he was probably the first one that come to mind there, Toc. He was probably a bit disappointing in Tassie when he had a campaign down there that I've seen. I think, things might not quite gone right, but obviously he's in a great camp, and if they're fronting him up again, he'd be ready to go. But obviously, Rough Nut Danny sat out me there one night and stuck it to me and pretty happy to let me know about it. So then running past.
I think it's been a couple of times since too, mate.
Yeah, I don't think I can remember the last time I beat you home. But yeah, I reckon obviously if Danny could maybe find the front and get bowling along, it might make life tough for Punt Rocker. And even Crocodile Socks, like he's a really nice horse and obviously drawn a little awkward, but yeah, got a fair bit of time for him.
Yeah. I'll come to you here, Daz. I'm with He's a Punt Rocker. Not a race I want to bet in. I think it's a tricky little race. The speed map's interesting. He's a Punt Rocker, I think, is the best horse. That Group 1 win in the Vic Bred Super Series was incredible. So if he got anywhere near, back to that form, he'd be winning. But I know they've had a lot of trouble, the camp, with him, with his feet, and he's been a tough horse to get right. I think he cost him 160 grand out of New Zealand, so he's an expensive purchase. Which camp are you in here, Daz? Rough Nut, if he got to the top?
There's a lot of early confidence in the market for He's a Punt Rocker, so I respect that, but I'm not sure whether they're guessing or not because there's no trial. Look, I would like to see him before I dive into the short price on him, so I've got Rough Nut on top, but it's not a high confidence race, and I've got a bit of respect for All the Rage as well. Like, he can fly the gate, and he's proven he's competitive at this class as well. So, look, really interesting race. It's probably more of a watch and learn for me, and purely based on He's a Punt Rocker being a question mark.
Yeah, look, Danny, I'll come to you. I think He's a Punt Rocker at his best would win, but, is he going to get back to his best? I'm not sure. But Rough Nut, we know what we're going to get from him. He's in great form, isn't he? He's been outstanding his last 5 or 6 runs. First of all, can you win? And second of all, how do you see the speed map panning out? Because you'd love to get to the front, but I'm not sure it's that easy.
Yeah, no, according to listen to you boys, at the front may be a bit hard to get, but look, maybe I should have had Karen on him because she got him out like a rocket last start. And, I didn't think I was going to run him down and was a bit concerned about him. He's been a bit inclined to, jump shadows in the past, and he was looking around a bit in the preliminary, so she kept him rolling, and he went terrific. Like, just so proud of how the horses he showed glimpses in, Vic Bred as a 2-year-old and just sort of been disappointing a bit at times and going rough and, shot him a little bit different, and a couple of people sort of made a couple of suggestions, and it's probably worked, and he's just really jumped out of the ground. So, yeah, hopefully he can get the front over the short. Just depends on how good He's a Punt Rocker's going, and yeah, I'll probably, if I can find the front, whether he puts too much pressure on me, but yeah, I'll keep him rolling and hopefully, seem to be able to, run him off his legs if that's the case. Okay.
Where did the name come from, Dunny? I'm sure it's named after someone, maybe a Jason Lee or a Darren Carroll.
Yeah, no, definitely Jason Lee. No, look, I've probably got too many horses, and it's naming them. I've sort of went to name one a couple of days ago, and then they rejected. You can't name it after something and this and that, and so I've just end up slapping some names in at times, and it's not as much goes into it as many people think. I think.
Toxie expert on naming horses. He's told me that it's his category.
Well, I've never been able to name one, but I'm always critical of the names that just use the sire's name and the dam's name, and then there's no you need something a bit. I like Rough Nut. I feel like he might have a rough head on him or something. Does he, Dunny?
Oh no, he's as pretty a little horse as you get. Actually, he's probably one of the prettiest ones I got. So just probably being red and Rough Nut, Red Nut. Anyhow, that's how he sort of got that. But yeah, nothing, not too much went into it. Might have been even the last name on the list. I can't remember, to be honest. But I'll send some breeding through to you for the name something if you like.
That'd be great. I'll be very clever with it. Thanks, Dunny. And you can flick me in for 10% share for free too, if you don't mind. That'd be great. Let's move on to the fourth and final question. Jace looks set to close with a double, but could any rivals cause him some trouble? Jason Lee has short price favourites in race 8 with horse 6, Let's Start in Heaven for Emma Stewart. And then in race 9, Jillaby Ballerini for the Lee team there down at Eckland South. Jace, I'll start with you. Great way to finish the night. You've been able to jump on. Let's Start in Heaven. I thought that horse was outstanding. First up from a break, breaking the maiden in really good style. So it looks his race first and foremost. Let's Start in Heaven. You'd be surprised if he was beaten.
Yeah, he's a lovely little horse, and probably having a quick look at them, yeah, it's obviously Joe Pacer's one was super first up. Looked really impressive, but yeah, I think that he's going to be hard to beat again. And he's got gate speed and he can relax, and yeah, he's got plenty of bullets. So we've just got to load the gun, and yeah, whether we cut him loose off the gate or not this week, I'll speak to either Clayton or Emma and see what they're thinking. But yeah, he's got abundance of gate speed, so I'm sure he could ping across him, and going off his last run, he'd be very hard to beat.
And then on to Jillaby Ballerini, race 9, number 7. I mean, we've seen her against these types of horses before, and she almost always beats them, Jace. But, have you got any reservations? Is it a little tricky from outside the front row? Are you a little concerned or not?
Oh, not really. Like, obviously, I'm probably happy to draw there and let her find her feet. Like, obviously, yeah, we're there to win Saturday night, but it's still good sort of learning curve for her to not have to run the gate every week. So it just probably makes me mind up for me that we don't have to be charging out. But yeah, obviously there's been a couple in that have been racing really good. Penny's back. Murray's Mac, I think I'd have to watch the replay again, but when I was speaking to you, you thought that it was off the charts, and it's obviously a really good mare when it's right. And even Vera, she's just airborne, just can't win a race. So yeah, obviously there's a few there that are racing really well, but I definitely wouldn't be swapping them for Ballerini.
I keep telling you that Ballerini, I reckon, might have gone past Zahara. Am I far off the mark? I know you're in the Zahara camp still, but the gap's closing, isn't it?
Yeah, she's come a long way, Ballerini, but I think I'll still take Zahara, any day of the week.
Righto, I'm happy to take the pickup drive. We'll get Glennie off or concrete hands, Lockie Cook. Let's only joking, Cookie. Hey, let's quickly, Dunny. Only driver Eric could muck up these final 2 races with the favourites, surely.
Yeah, no, I think he might even be able to muck it up and still win with those couple, I'd say.
Yep.
Nah, they're, Emma Stewart 2-year-old, and, it's only a small field, and, theirs are always got it gets hard work chasing them at times, those good 2-year-olds, and have a go at it. But, yeah, no, it's a nice 2-year-old. Not that I know a lot about those 2-year-olds in that, to be honest. But, yeah, and Jillaby Ballerina, God, she's been running some good sectionals. She's flying. So just a matter of getting in the race with those small fields. If it's, you can, at least with those bit of quality, you can put them into the race.
Yeah. Any chance the favourites get rolled in races 8 and 9, Daz?
They both deserve to be the prices they are, Toc. I'd be shocked if both of them or either of them got beaten, to be honest.
Yeah, good stuff. Righto. That's the 4 questions. Let's move on to the Sharps Bakery Best Bets segment. Jace, I'll let you go last because I know you're underprepared. I'll go with Darren Carroll because he's always prepared. Best bet Saturday night, Daz, please.
I'm going to get him before you because I reckon we might be on the same boat here. So I'm going to race 2, number 2, My Ultimate Barney, to lead all the way.
Yes, I'll go next. I'm with my best bet is race 2, number 2, My Ultimate Barney, to lead all the way. So we're seeing a very similar, Does, but I will give you one more, just at odds. I just, race 5, number 5, Earl of Pembroke's gone up $41 into $29. I think he's a $7 or $8 chance, and I reckon he'll start in that vicinity. And I reckon he's a great each-way play. If you're a $50 punter, 10 a win and 40 a place, Earl of Pembroke, race 5, number 5. Aaron Dunn's got a big hand on the card, Dunny. Usually you play one of your own. I'm assuming you're going to do that again. I'm going to have a guess. I'm going to say Ruffner. I reckon you might go Ruffner.
No, I'm going to go 40 Love.
40 Love. What race is he
Love.
in? There he is. Race 4, number
Race
5.
4,
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did listen to you earlier, but I did have a look at the sectionals for American, the Emma Stewart runner.
Yep.
And it went 152 and was off the track the last mile last time, so it was probably never going to run on. And, that's quite often you're out the back and you just can't get into the race the way the sectionals are. So he's still a good danger, that's for sure. But, yeah, being a short, and hopefully I'll be able to get the front easy enough with 40 Love, and he's going as good as ever. So see what happens.
Okay, good stuff. Race 4, number 5, 40 Love for Aaron Dunn. Jace, thanks for jumping on, mate. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm tossing and turning, Toc.
Actually, I haven't asked your best bet. I was trying to say goodbye. Hang on a minute. I was trying to say goodbye. Sorry, your best bet first and foremost.
I'll probably put the last two together, but if I had to try and give you some sort of odds, I thought that Gucci first up was super, and obviously tricky draw, but if you get a decent price, she's a really good chance. And it mightn't be this week, but Matty Horsnell's still a gear. He's been racing super, and he's ready to win one soon.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's absolutely fine. Good stuff. Thanks, Jace. Really appreciate it. Dunny, well done. Good luck Saturday night. And Daz, go well on the punt, as always.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, boys. That's been Burning Questions on September 19. Join Ryan Phelan for all the coverage on Sky Racing and at thetrots.com.au.
Green light, they're away.
And they're all in their positions, ready to go. There's the light up.
In true Mildura stock.
The green light's on. It was a beautiful start of.
He's trying to get a